No, Bear, stay. Stay.
No, there's nothing for you in there. No, there's nothing for you in there. Come on.
Right. You can go back up the car if you want. There you go. There you go, Bear. Up the little ramp.
Yeah, it'll last about 30 seconds.
Why are you going up the ramp?
No,
She's going to sit down.
I'm going to sit there.
Okay, put your leg in there. That you, Bear? You happy? You alright?
Seems alright.
Right, here we are.
You're in charge, don't forget.
Dave the Knave, Roving the Rock, and Grampa Fatty and Bear.
And Heron.
And Heron. Where's the Heron?
There's you there.
Oh yeah, so it is, yeah, just fishing at the side of the river.
Yeah.
Which brings me to what I should be talking about first. So, where are we, Grampa Fatty?
We are on Kenny Bones' land, the bottom of his electric track. It's hydro track, isn't it?
That's right, hydroelectric, that's right.
Hydroelectric. I knew the
track
I knew
at
the electric in there,
Glenkiln.
so- Glenkiln,
That's what it is.
yeah. Where he used to stay.
That's right, you said that. You used to stay in one of the cottages just behind us, didn't you?
The old barn. Number 6, the old barn.
Number 6.
Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
7 years.
Gosh, that's not a small amount of
7
time.
years. 7 years. 6 years. 6 years.
Okay, what was it
Yeah.
like living at Glenkiln in this
Lovely.
little clacking outside Lamlash?
Beautiful. Lovely, but the last 3-4 years we didn't, well 3 years we didn't enjoy it because we were working at the PhD. So we were never in there.
You were
apart
just
from
always
sleeping.
working the whole time. I remember when you ran the
Yeah.
PhD pub in Lamlash. And as everybody knows, I think, if you take over a pub, it's a tricky trade to be in these days. We're losing a lot of them. And the hours are long, aren't they?
They are very long. Yeah, you
And
can do it.
You
if
did massive hours
yeah.
in there.
100 hours a week, minimum.
Yeah,
Fran was the same. Never stopped.
yeah.
We did get
Wonderful food in there as well, I remember.
some proper old-fashioned cooking.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Oh yes. Steak pie. Fish and chips. Beer battered.
You're probably still getting all those things now.
No.
No?
We're Fran's too busy to be doing stuff like that.
Still,
Yeah.
right. So
We
yeah,
did- we
just the
did
pot,
that.
left for the pot noodle
Yeah.
and the
No.
the French toast.
Vegetables, of course, very healthy.
Well, it could be a vegetable pot noodle.
It could be a vegetable
Yeah,
pot
so
noodle,
when
beans
you-
on toast,
One of your 5 a day.
tomatoes on
Nearly.
toast. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Well, that's it. That's better.
Mm.
Beans and tomatoes and toast.
Yeah.
That is better. Okay, so we're at Kenny Bones track because we're going to walk up from Glenkiln, 2.5 miles uphill. It's all uphill, by the way. You've not been here before.
No.
So I'm taking you up there. I have run it a number of times, but I can tell you that it's so steep in places. Even running it, you're better to march it. It's the steepest track you just ever go up.
Yeah.
It's like going up a mountain.
I'll tell you if it's the steepest Glencathrine, just above the
well,
White
no,
House
no.
pub.
But it's a
Steepest
1,000
I've
feet.
ever done.
We're doing about 1,000 feet of elevation here, and a 5 mile treks. It's 2.5 each way, and we've got a lovely, dry, kind of breezy day for it. The ferry's on alert today again.
It's autumnal. which
Although
is
I
how
was
it should
there,
be.
the ferry was going fine this morning when I was there, but it's on alert.
Yeah.
Autumnal. It's the last day of October today.
Yeah, Halloween, mate. So
That's
be
right, it's
careful.
Halloween today. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
But the full moon was last week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's on the wane.
Yeah.
On the wane.
On the way.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
With the wains?
Yeah.
Going out tonight? Yeah, that's right. So, it's the wains night tonight, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Halloween, or trick and treat, as someone calling.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going up, and this is all part of our cunning plan, to quote the esteemed Baldrick, cunning plan to keep fitness, to keep the. You've
Yeah.
been walking already with the dog for about an hour and a half or 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
So this is and you've got a weighted, I can say weighted sack.
Yeah.
That's what you've got. Okay, that's a heavy
Rucksack, by the way. Rucksack.
a heavy sack. Right, okay, and you're taking that deliberately, making it
Yeah.
heavy because you want to, because it's your
It helps training, helps the fitness.
yes, that's a lot of walking. So you're clearly, beer's ready to go. You're clearly on the mend, and we've been up hills and up mountains and
yeah.
stuff, and you managed absolutely fine.
And I did Glencathrine's Lake District a couple of weeks ago.
So
which
you
was,
did
was really good.
same height as Goat Fell.
Yeah. but I started from 200 metres above sea
Yeah,
level.
it was a what they call it, a dishonest mountain.
It's not a dishonest mountain. It's an honest mountain.
An honest mountain is from sea level, so that was a nefarious, dishonest.
That makes Everest a dishonest mountain.
Yes, that's true.
And all the 8,000 metre peaks.
And you've gone to Everest Base Camp, but we're getting off the subject. But what height? What height did you start at?
We started when we left Lukla. We were at 2,800
Meters.
Meters, and when we got to
10,000 feet.
top of Kalapatar, we were at 5,634.
Now you're new money. I'm still in old imperial threepenny bits and sixpences here with my feet.
Yeah, I tried to be, but everybody talked in meters.
And meters, they just talk meters now, don't they? We're behind the times. Because I'm still 2,800 feet for Goat Fell
and 74.
And
Don't 74.
No, it's not 874 metres.
874 metres.
Meters, that's right.
2,866 feet. Sorry.
That's it.
Can we cut that bit and go back?
No. There's no cutting in this game. Strictly amateur. Okay. So let's just summarise before we go on our walk what we've done lately. The first thing, we went on a walk before up the mountains a couple of weeks ago, week and a half ago, and we went up to
Glenkiln.
Oh, good.
Ah, you see, I remember.
Good.
Been playing it in my head for about 3 weeks.
Okay, and actually a nice thing was that a fella contacted you because you were talking about how you've had COVID. So tell me the story there about this.
Yeah, we always talk about the long COVID and see how it's going, and it's a little bit better. And a guy was in the office the other day, said he'd seen that Glenkiln
video. He was in the office, was he?
Yeah, and I was chatting to him. His name's Stephen Williamson, and he's got some fantastic drone footage of the mountains of Arran. And he was telling me that he started with long COVID last April, which is about the same time as me, so we both had it just
a year ago in
18
April.
months. Yeah. And we were talking about symptoms, and it was quite scary how many symptoms is actually the same. The breathlessness, the fatigue, the tiredness, the tinnitus that you get. I'll just stop for a second while I'm there.
Alright.
Hi.
Aye, nice day for it. Hi Gladys. Hello. Nice one. You're doing well. You've got a good day.
Well, there's certain things that I get that Steve doesn't get, and there's certain things he gets that I've not had. He's been getting from the tinnitus has been causing migraines. My tinnitus, I've always had tinnitus for donkey's years, but it only affects me very, very briefly and very, very short spells. But since I got long COVID, it's been a bit longer and more regular. But you tend not to really notice too much about it, because you're always talking, or you got somebody you're watching TV and it just fades into the background. But he was saying he gets migraines from this, which is not good. Yeah, and we were talking about the long COVID headaches, which are different to normal headaches.
Right.
Mine, since I had long COVID, for 25 years I've probably had 10 headaches in all.
Yeah, I just don't get them really.
No, and then for the last 18 months, until about 3 or 4 months ago, I was getting 5 or 6 a week at times.
Right.
But it's a different sort of headache.
Yeah.
It affects me in the back of the head. And I was talking to Stephen about that. You feel pressure. It's like it's pushing your head down. It's a strange thing, but you know, to talk to somebody who was suffering pretty much the same sort of symptoms I can say reassuring. It's not really reassuring, but
you get something in common. It's nice, and you're not on your own. And you also had that other thing in common, that you're both into the walking and fighting it. And he was quite happy about that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So that's a kind of encouraging conversation, because you're both on the mend.
But if anybody wants to watch it, Stephen Williamson, Steven, and then Williamson, and he's got some beautiful drone footage of Arran. Fantastic on the YouTube.
Yeah, that's amazing drone footage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Something that's been happening lately, which I'm going to do a story on actually. I'm going to just film, but there's an awful lot of businesses up for sale or closing, and they're important ones. But probably the most two important ones that are closing are the Bank
of Scotland in Brodick, and also the post office in Brodick as well.
Yeah. because that's the main village, and Lamlash is the busiest one, but they've already lost the post office closed, the bank closed already. White Bay had 2 banks and they've lost both of them, and there only is 2 banks left in the whole island, and one of them's just closing now.
Yeah. So that's going to leave us with one bank.
One bank.
It's just the way things are going, isn't it? Everybody's trying to get us all onto digital banking. They're trying to get us all onto just using card and not using cash at all.
Going to have to, aren't we? Because
but the trouble with that is
anywhere to use the cash.
Once you're doing that, you are tracked. They know what you're spending, exactly where you're spending it. They know everything about you. I don't think that was recorded. That's what I said to you. Is that definitely on video? Because mine goes like that when you set it off.
Right, okay, so we're back on my little handheld camera because I duffed it horribly with the big camera.
Yeah.
And
we just start talking about the 70s again.
The 70s?
We just have done, but it wasn't recording, so we'll have to start again.
In summary, we liked the 70s, didn't we? Because the music was good, and you had freedoms, and you didn't have things tracking you and controlling you. Yeah. And everything's so precise now. Yeah. But with that precision, that computer precision, comes a loss of freedom.
Yeah.
Which I mourn. I think the only thing you've got, I know Mel Gibson said it wasn't even Scottish, and it's all corny, but freedom is your thing. If you've not got your freedom, you've got nothing. You've got nothing.
You've got nothing.
That's the only thing of value, really. That's it, you know.
And there's no such thing these days.
But that's what we've got in the hill, isn't it? It doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost a penny. It just costs you energy. Yeah. Get out there. Your mental health. I mean, with so much more mental health talk now than there ever was. We used to just button up and get on with it.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's one of the things you get out there in the hills and
it's all the leaves, autumn leaves and things. Yeah. I saw something on the internet a couple of days ago, and it was don't forget, a dog isn't worrying about tomorrow.
No.
A dog is going to die. You're going to die, but the dog's not worrying about that. The dog's not worrying about it. The dog knows it's alive and is making the absolute most of what it has right now.
Every day, every second.
That's right. And okay, it's just charging up that hill, and that's all it's doing.
Yeah, running on the beach, running up the hill, or just laid on his back expecting belly rubs. Whichever way it is, he's just doing what's right at the time for him.
But he's maxing what he's got, and so the dog's got it right.
Yeah.
Be like the dog.
Who's in charge, really?
Yeah.
The dogs. Because we look after them.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
All the bills.
They don't have to do the work.
We feed them. We brush them, clean them, do everything for them.
I was even trimming your dog's eyeballs, hair in his eyes. I was trimming his eyeballs, the hair in his eyes a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You can see he was going and things a little bit more. Okay, so that's the thing. So post office and bank closing, it is going to be, it's just the way it's going. The internet banking is very handy, but with that comes, these buildings will get used for something. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, what happens if you have to go and post a parcel? If you don't have any post offices, the only thing left you've got is the sorting office in Brodick, assuming you've got that. There must be islands when they don't have any post office.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do if you need to post a parcel. How do you weigh it and know how much stamped?
Oh, we'd have to now go to Lamlash to the...
Yeah, at least we've got that.
Yeah, we have got that at the moment.
But, you know...
Well, we've got Brodick, haven't we, till is it March?
I'm Whiting Bay. Oh. Got Whiting Bay. But that's the thing for me. If you were somewhere where, like, say, Gigha, if it didn't have a post office, actually it does have one, because that's the next thing, because I was there the other day and it's got a post office, but if it didn't, how would you post a parcel? And also, how would you deal with cash? You don't have a post office or a bank. So, you know, Arran is still busy enough that we've got some options, but we're getting less options, you know, kind of think about that a little bit. And that brings me to the next thing. I was on Gigha a few days ago, when that's the summer ferry service finished.
Another rock.
Another rock, smaller faraway rock, our neighbouring island of Gigha, to the west, just past the Mullican Tyre. And the summer service from Lochranza to Glenkiln has now stopped a couple of days ago, but this was in the last week of it, so I took advantage of it, went off Lochranza, Glenkiln, drove over to Tainlone, and then went over to Gigha. And I'll just briefly tell you why I liked it so much. They bought their own island in 2004 when it came up for sale, £1 million. The island bought their own island. They bought the locals bought it, and they were an island in steep decline population-wise, like Arran, because the houses were selling for holiday houses, and there just wasn't anywhere left to stay. So they were down to 100 people left in the island with no control on the housing stock. And since they managed to raise that £1 million and buy it in 2004, and that's 19 years ago, since then they've had control. They've started building houses, renovating houses. If you want to move there and you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a house, you're moving there. You're not doing it as a holiday house. There are still holiday houses, but so there are plots for sale. There's renovation going on. I can see that. But the point is, the population's gone up from 100 to 170 in 19 years.
An increase.
And the school roll's gone up as well. So it's worked.
Yeah.
So it's great
More
to
power
see.
to their elbow.
I loved that island. It's only 8 miles long, I think, from memory, and about a mile wide. It's not a very big island, but it's so peaceful, and everybody's so welcoming and friendly because there's real community. It's so small, you must know everybody that lives there.
Yeah.
And I went up to the north end. There was nobody there. I drove from the south to the north, and there's not a single car past me. I actually filmed it, so I had the camera up, stuck on top there, and I never had to stop once. It's a single track road. The entire length of the island, I never came across another car. From the south point to the north point, and I parked at the north point and then took in the peace and quiet. Just amazing. I loved it. Actually, it blew me away. I'd love to be there.
Great.
You don't have the facilities.
No.
But my goodness, they've got some
Have
community.
you got what you need? What you want?
Well, it's got this one. They've got a little hotel. They've got a little run of craft shops and some facilities. I think they've got an airport as well at the south, a landing place.
Street.
But they've got the shop, which has got a petrol garage and diesel, and the post office as well. So in fact, you kind of do have everything. It's a bit like being on Arran. The main we've got one supermarket, which is the Co-op. Someone else they might have half a dozen. So we're, I've only got the Co-op. They've only got the little shop, so it's just another step down on that ladder, isn't it, of convenience? But you've still
They have got a shop.
They have got a shop, and you can get things delivered in the mail as well. A lot of things get delivered. So I just thought it was amazing. It was lovely. I recommend going to Gigha.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back again.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go back there and walk the length of it or something like that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea on gear.
Yeah. Idea on Gigha.
Idea on gear. It's a gear idea. I'll shut up now before I start.
Last subject, then we're away. The Alfred is taken over from the Calais Isles on Saturday.
4 days.
Tell me about it. Tell me.
Tell you what, it's great. I love the Alfred.
You like the Alfred?
Yeah. Everybody's going to moan though, because it's going down to 4 sailings a day.
4 sailings instead of 5, although on Saturday we only had 4 anyway in the winter, or Sunday 4 in the summer. So it's 4 days. They're losing 1 sailing on 3 days. And
I suppose people complain that
the same capacity.
down. What capacity is it going to be for the passengers? Do we know?
I don't know the passengers. I don't know the crew numbers. No, I just know that the vehicle capacity, which is really what we're short of, to be fair, is the same. Yeah. They're identical, really. The Calais Isles and the Alfred. So, any time in the past, before the Alfred came, we would have had a smaller vessel coming.
Yeah.
The Heb Isles or the Isle of Arran.
Just slightly more than half the capacity of the Calais.
Yeah, this is the full same capacity in November.
Yeah. Who's travelling in November?
Yeah.
It'll be somebody.
The people will be travelling, but to be fair, we're only losing 3 sailings altogether. 1 sailing on 3 days.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, is it? Off season.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Anyway, we will find out, because we'll no doubt be loading the boat at some point.
Absolutely. Well, I will be one day anyway.
Yeah.
Now I'm on night watch for an Alfred.
You're on night watching Alfred, that's right. You've volunteered for that, haven't you? Yep.
Yeah. Well, Kat asked me.
Right.
Is that volunteering?
No.
No.
That's the boss. Okay, we better get on.
Yeah.
I'll just point this out the window and show you where we're going. That's where we're going there. Through that gate and up the hill. And this is the kind of autumnal scene we're talking about, with the leaves falling off the trees. And hopefully you can just see the cottages of Glenkiln up there. Right, we'll go and get on with it. The Bear's never been here. Grampa Fatty's never been here. We're right up in the hills. It was quite steep, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it was quite impressively steep track.
Me anyway.
And we're at the top of the two of Kenny and Eleanor Bones hydro dams. But it's a very peaceful place, isn't it? Nice and calm water there. The river just comes down to on the right there, just kind of bubbling down that valley. Hello, bear. Bear's on my legs. Coming bubbling down there. Flattens out at this bit because this is the wee dam. And then you get a steering wheel to play with. I'm not going to do that. And it goes over the top there. And there's not an awful lot of water here just now, but it's still working. Endless electricity, isn't it? Yeah. Step back a bit and get an overview. Just for the... There we go. That's it. And I mean the river goes right over all those rocks when it's in full spate, but it's been quiet lately, it's been dry. There you go. Just a picture of calmness really. And from here I can see where the track is and how the path's been built up, the track's been built up on top of the little rivers that carries on down the hill as well. And that's quite impressive in itself. Substantial. Anyway, that's where we're going. Left to right, up that track, better get on with it. Right, here we are, we're just getting to the very end of it. It's about 50 yards on. I'll just walk over there. But before I do that, I'll just show you the view. Hopefully you can hear me. That's no zoom. The whole area looks tiny, doesn't it? A Lamlash in front of it. The mainland beyond. And over to the top of the hills above Giant's Graves and Glenasdale. That's the track we just walked on. And we're right up in the hill. It's a great track all the way. Now I've got the wind behind me. And we'll just go and catch up with Ian and Bear. This is the end of the track that goes to the second part and probably the main one of the two of the Bones Hydro, Glenkiln Hydro I think it's called. We haven't met anybody else in the whole walk. We didn't expect to. I've been up here a few times myself. All you see is sheep. Ian's just looked at his watch and we have gone up 1,000 feet, so it's 1,000 feet exactly, just over 300 meters of elevation, which is 1,000 feet. It's a nice round number. Windy up here. It's been still the whole time, all the way up it's been still till we got to this point, and now it's windy because we're right at the top of the hill, aren't we? Where of course you want to collect the water that's going to run down the hill and generate all that electricity. Yeah, jet stream. I feel like it, to be honest. Suddenly cold. So there we go, that's the little reservoir bit of water. Just collecting the water above the dam. And I'll turn around and show you the river as well. There it goes. Off up into the hills, which carry on for some distance up that way. And we'll go around and I'll just go and have a look at the rest of it as well. Bear's had a wonderful time, no shortage of energy there, none whatsoever. come around the corner here. Yeah, that's a good view. So I'm standing in front of it now. It's got this wonderful smooth water going over the top of it. It's like perfectly even and shining and uniform. And then over into a kind of collecting chamber, and then you can hear a lot of it running over to the right under where Ian and Bear are standing. There we go. That's where all the electricity has been generated. That's not what we came for. We came for the view, really. Amazing. That's the reward. Right, well, it's quite cold at the top of this hill. We're part of the way down. Grampa Fatty's just putting his red jacket on from Arran Active. Bear's chewing his lead because he wants to charge about free with the sheep. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want to run with the sheep. Yes, you do. And I found a table for my cup, which is quite handy, nicely. I can't believe there's such facilities on the hill here. They've thought of everything. There's my table, just perfectly sized for my cup. You can ask for more. Good. What's in your teacup today, Grampa Fatty?
Ginger and honey.
Same as last time. Lemon, ginger and honey. I've got a green tea and ginger, same as last time as well. And we've got matching cups again. You've still got your little paper cover on it. You know that comes off, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I've looked at it a few times and stuff.
Nah. I don't know who let Muttley up on the hill there, but that's it. Right, there's the view of Holy Island Lamlash from here, and the whole of the Ben Lister Valley going down towards there. I'm much closer. I've not been zooming in. I've just shown it in the scale that it is, looking at it in the scale it is. So we went up 1,000 feet. We're back down to about 800 here, and a clear view of the mainland. I can see a tanker or something, some kind of freight ship, away over, halfway across the sea. I can see all the buildings on the Holy Isle, and the houses on top of King's Cross, and the path to Giant's Graves on the right. And my fingers are cold, and that's a surprise. I've got gloves in my pocket. It's just surprising how warm we were the rest of the time until we got to the top, and then it was cold. And over in front of the track that I'm looking at, we can see the forestry beyond, and there's a forestry track there that runs parallel with the one that we're going to be on, and you can go between the two. I'd like to go to the top of that hill on the left as well. That'd be a good one. Looks like there's... Oh, that's the one. I know that. It's got a trig point at the top. It's a white trig point. You can... Yes, I just don't know where the path is to get to that. There is an actual path that takes you to the top of that. There's the trig point. I can see the trig point top of that hill. Right, we'll do that next, eh? Let's do that. Oh, there we go, that's enough filming for today.